the real mullet? Because I'm a fraud and I'm not that fanatical. I'm not.
Oh my God,
that is how my audience
incredible.
responds.
Oh my God. Where did Aussie man go? He's back.
He's back. Yeah, cheers, Andres. How you going, you big bloody beautiful bastards? Here's me face. Welcome back to another instalment of Inside the Down Under Actors Studio, actually being shot down under. Today's guest arguably saved Middle-earth. Don't argue. If he didn't let Sam and Frodo go, he would have been fucked. Cheers, David.
Cheers.
Thanks so much for coming to Perth.
Mate, absolute pleasure.
Because we don't get many cool people here.
Really?
Really. Like Paul McCartney skipped us.
Right.
Pearl Jam skipped us.
Jeez.
Which I'm a bit sour
That's
about.
a bummer. Who was the last cool person you had here?
Well, yeah, probably Ragnar. And but I feel like hanging out with Faramir after Ragnar is a fucking shit hot follow-up, mate. But no, thank you so much.
I feel
how was your flight? Were you good?
It was, it was all right. It was good. Yeah. I've been on a few lately, so all good.
Yeah,
all good.
So you're touring the country for your new film Spit, just to bring my subscribers up to scratch. Spit is, I've been struggling, do I call it a sequel or a spin-off? Or like...
Spin-off would be the way to go, I reckon.
Spin-off.
Yeah.
So it's a spin-off from the 2003 film Gettin Square.
Yep.
And your character that you played, Johnny Spiteri, which I consider to be highly iconic, mate.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
I'm fucking squared, I'm telling you. I'm gone. Dead shit, I'm going to Italy to live. Huh? Yeah, I told you, remember? Traced me cousin there. It's no bullshit, eh? Me uncle left us this house in his will. It's like 10,000 years old or something.
Yeah, but Spit, mate, like, do you think that they're just gonna let you piss off overseas when you're on parole?
Oh, mate, fuck 'em.
And did you feel like, that it would become iconic back when you filmed it?
No, not really. We were all just having fun, really. But it's a weird one, that, because it didn't do terribly well at the cinema at first. But then over like the last 20 years, people found it first, get ready on this, VHS, which you probably don't even remember.
No, I'm an 80
VHS.
millennial. I'm 1986. So
Oh, there you go.
I was 17 when Gettin Square came out.
Oh, okay. Well, you remember VHS.
Yeah.
So VHS, DVD, and then a lot of people found it on an illegal version on YouTube. So, over time it sort of developed this cult status.
Yeah.
And Johnny became quite well loved, I suppose.
Yeah, well, it was a sensational character. Like, I rewatched it last night. I was just like, because I hadn't watched it for a long time, so I was just like, this film actually hits on every level.
Yeah. It really ages very well.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a fine wine. You look back and it's a pretty bloody good film.
It's a lot harder than I thought it would be, Spit. No one wants to hire an ex-con.
Right. Mate, any bloke who can make a fancy sanger like this should be in big demand.
Shut up.
Hey, I can get your kitchen work. I know this pommy bloke, he owes me a couple.
Don't want nothing dodgy, Spit.
No, mate. This bloke's square.
How did Johnny Spiteri come about? Like, how did you develop him?
All right. Well, I grew up just down the road from King's Cross, that many people might know, and I was there I lived there about 30 years, and there were many Johnny Spiteris in the area. So I saw lots of Johnnies pretty much every day for 30 years. So I knew what that guy looked like. I knew what he sounded like, how he walked, how he talked. Yeah. So that was my preparation, I suppose. 30 years of just looking at people.
Yeah, I thought it has that feel to it where people can go, oh, I've seen someone like that. I maybe don't know someone directly, but I've seen that guy. But then I like how you flesh it out that he's got a heart of gold, or so like
Funny
you're not trying to be derogatory towards
There's
addiction and things like that.
It's portrayed, and the film has been made with a lot of love and affection towards Johnny. It's funny that you say that you look at it and you think, oh yeah, people know that character, or could be their uncle or somebody that they know. There was a guy the other night in Cairns who came along and he said, I've got to tell you, I work with a guy whose name is John Spiteri. He's a miner, and he got his phone out and he said, have a look at him. And he was not dissimilar to you in the fact that he had a sort of skanky mullet down the back there. He had a cap and he wore sunglasses, and the guy said he has never seen him without the cap and the sunglasses, and he reckons he sleeps with him. But he said that is John Spiteri.
Yeah, that's it. Do you find that a lot with your acting, that you are observant or pulling from real sources, even if you don't know them, or you just
Yeah, I'm someone who's always been, pretty curious of what's around me. Always looking. People fascinate me.
Yeah, because I find that a lot, because I've done a lot of binge watching of David Wenham films the last few days. So Oranges and Sunshine,
right.
Killing Time, and which was a TV
really?
series. Yeah, mate, I've been to it. I try to be researched. Aussie man tries to be fucking thorough, mate. I promise.
I'm impressed. Seriously impressed.
There's a long kind of humane thread where you're looking for very kind of humane characters, or what's cliche terms, human condition, things like that, where you're looking for that kind of who is this person, and how can people relate to them?
Yeah, it's true actually. Not that I consciously go about it, but funny. Now, when it seems as though we're surrounded by quite a bit of darkness, I've got to say I'm really attracted to characters that do have, a good heart. Johnny Spiteri is certainly one of those people, and I think now's the time for a film like Spit to show the better side of humanity actually, and to laugh. It's like laugh at ourselves.
International fugitive, money launderer, criminal mastermind. John Francis Spiteri.
One scene with Gettin Square, of course, that I consider iconic was the courtroom scene. Mm-hmm. Did you know that at the time, where you're like, geez, that's a good scene? Because you essentially turn it in a way where you end up robbing the government employees and the lawyers and everything.
Excuse me, who's paying for my bus fare today? Oh, I've got to go home. My bus goes at 4 o'clock. Who's paying for my bus fare today?
You don't need to worry about that now, witness.
Your Honour, do you know who's paying for my bus fare today?
Mr. Dent, has the witness been afforded appropriate expenses?
To avoid further delays, I'll get Mr. Toole to fix that up now.
It felt good. I've got to say, the day that we shot that, it felt good. It sang. When a scene is going really well. Yeah, it sang. It was like, it was good. It was good. And a lot of, stuff that occurred in the moment, improvisational stuff and whatever. Yeah, it was good.
Oh, that's only $20. My bus doesn't come till 4. I'm going to need some lunch.
I think perhaps in the circumstances the witness is entitled to be reimbursed for his luncheon expenses, Mr. Dent.
I'll get Mr. Toole to give him another $20 to cover his luncheon expenses.
Did you improvise it a lot?
There's a little bit there.
Yeah?
There's a little bit there.
Thank you.
And then the chair and whatever falling off the chair. We arrived in the courtroom, and there was a different chair. And chairs for me are very important because they dictate how you sit and your posture and whatever. And I looked at the chair and I said, it's not a very funny chair. So I went around the whole court place in Southport on the Gold Coast, looking for a chair that I thought would be good for Johnny to be able to play around with, and eventually I found the one that we used in the film.
I didn't mean to say shit. It's just that this fucking guy's getting to me. He's trying to put words into my mouth and that. Look, I'm not smart or nothing. I only went to junior at school.
The physical humour is something that I really enjoy doing.
It's timeless, and it bloody crosses boundaries. You can be an international viewer and enjoy the slapstick.
That's what we hope as well. Firstly, we hope it does well here at home, but then we think that international audiences should be able to latch onto it and really, really enjoy it.
Why runs this place?
Oh, mate, that's just a tragic case of mistaken identity. Partners?
And with the scenes in Spit where you're filming with a different, diverse kind of group of characters, because Spit is in a detention centre. Not too many spoilers, but Spit's in a detention centre or immigration centre.
Yeah.
Had they had much acting experience? Because I felt like you were riffing with almost real people.
Yeah, a little bit of riffing. Arlo, who plays Jihad or Jared in the film, he's an actor, but all the characters in there are actually played by people who are refugees or who are direct offspring of refugees. They bring incredible, real life experience to it. But every one of them loved being in the film for one reason, and that's the fact that it was a comedy. They said that they never get the opportunity to do comedy. People think of, they're defined as being just refugees, whereas this time they said, people get to see that some of us are smart, some of us aren't, and some of us are really, really stupid, and we really love the opportunity to show people that.
Down to the rubbery dub, rubbery dub, rubbery dub.
Well, a big thing as well, which I think about a lot, because someone like Johnny Spiteri in Gettin Square and Eric Banner's Poiter and Roy and HG are all inspirations for Aussie, man. Your mullet's real as well, by the way, yeah? Like you grew out the real mullet. Because I'm a fraud and I'm not that fanatical. I'm not.
Oh my God,
that is how my audience
incredible.
responds.
Oh my God. Where did Aussie Man go? He's back.
He's back.
Yeah. No, I've got the wig on now. This is I've got the plugs done in Thailand.
Nice to have a schnitzel, have a schnitzel, have a schnitzel. Nice to have some chips, have some chips, have some chips.
Ozploitation, it's been around for a long time. So how do you like kind of dabbling in that?
I enjoy it because it's what I grew up with, really. It's the voices that I heard all around me. I grew up, the garbage man used to call me Blue because, I had red hair as a kid. And so all that sort of stuff. It's all those little quirky Australianisms that I was surrounded by the whole time as a kid.
It's fun, I think, is the other thing.
I love the fact that you're keeping it alive.
Yes.
You're really keeping it alive, and the language as well.
Nice to have some sauce, have some sauce, have some sauce. Nice to have some beetroot, have some beetroot, have some beetroot. Nice to go to the pub.
But can we talk about Faramir?
Sure.
Fuck yes.
Fazza.
Because Aussie Man's a bit of a bogan geek, self-admittedly. So how was that bloody experience?
Mate, it was brilliant. It was amazing. It's
how'd you go? Did you have to audition for it?
Yeah, I did. And I can't remember what character I'd auditioned for originally. But I think the only reason I was cast as Faramir was because I bore an incredible resemblance to Sean Bean. And, we both got pretty big noses. So we looked like as we probably came from the same family.
Yeah, nice. But
what was funny, actually, shooting that, was they obviously shot Fellowship first, so I didn't come over until, I don't know, about month 6 into the shooting, and I didn't get to meet Sean until well after we'd wrapped all 3 films. So we shot the whole series. Faramir never met his brother.
Yeah.
Until later on we did pickups, I don't know, about before movie 3 came out, I think, and Peter flew us over and whatever, and then we shot a scene that ended up in the extended
that's kind
version.
of flashbacks. It was like you and Boromir at the pub.
Yeah, that's right.
Basically.
That's right, it's like us two. Yeah, but a little while ago.
Yeah, a lot of people's best memories during wartime is the fucking pub.
Yeah,
that's good.
Good speech. Nice and short.
Leaves more time for drinking. Break out the ale! These men are thirsty! Remember today, little brother. Today, life is good.
Do you reflect on it a lot? Because it is obviously so huge. And the character of Faramir, I'm biased. It's the best character. It's the best character. But I do think that, again, there's that humane streak
he's
where
a good man. Yeah,
you're kind of dealing with an asshole of a parent and battling with that.
Boromir would have remembered his father's need. He would have brought me a kingly gift.
Boromir would not have brought the ring.
So do you kind of reflect on it a bit and kind of how big that was?
Sort of, and people remind you of it all the time as well, so you can't, you're always reminded of it, which is a really lovely thing. It's like all of us who were involved in it, it was, it's a privilege that we were part of that incredible franchise.
What drew you to the character the most?
I think what you just nailed then, actually, the humanity of the character. And that was one thing actually that obviously a lot of fans, it was a bit of a bone of contention, the fact that the character was fiddled with slightly in terms of being tempted by the ring.
Chance for Faramir, Captain of Gondor, to show his quality.
Did you feel that pressure from the fan base during the shoot at the time?
I wasn't aware during the shoot because the fan base wasn't aware of what was being shot.
Right, there weren't leaks like there is these days on the
but I knew
World
it.
Wide Web.
Yeah, I knew it was going to be contentious.
Right,
Yeah.
Interesting. But I think you pull it off still because he's such
It's
a
good.
relatable character.
Peter's whole justification for it was it can't be that powerful if it doesn't affect everybody. It has to be that powerful.
So even though Faramir is already a very developed character, he's already got his moral code and everything, still the ring is that powerful. He's got to second guess himself.
Yeah, that was his justification,
Which is natural.
He's the filmmaker. He's the king, he's the director.
You wish now that our places had been exchanged. That I had died and Boromir had lived.
Yes. I wish that.
I was, before I did it actually, I was a huge fan of Peter's films. I saw Bad Taste, Meet the Feebles, and Brain Dead.
That's a good combo.
Like, oh my God, and I remember seeing them in the cinema in Glebe in Sydney, the Valhalla, and I just thought, absolutely insane.
Yeah.
Who's the maniac who's making these films?
Yeah. That's a whopping 3-hit combo.
Oh yeah, just the scene in Brain Dead where, the guy's just got a lawnmower and he's just mowing people's heads.
Party's over.
Brilliant. Cinema.
He was brilliant at that, the splatter horror genre. That was great.
Done on a shoestring budget.
Yeah. And then Heavenly Creatures he had, I think, mid-90s as well, and that was a banger.
Yeah.
And then he probably went from Heavenly Creatures to Lord of the Rings,
Amazing. A really incredibly impressive director.
Did it have that kind of guerrilla filmmaking style to it as well?
Lord of the Rings?
Yeah.
Sometimes, but on the most incredible scale. Like, as soon as we arrived, you just went, oh my God, it is epic. Massive machine. It seemed as though the whole country was involved in the filmmaking.
I think you get that. I think whenever Aussies or anyone meets a Kiwi, it's like, oh, were you in Lord of the Rings? I had a bloke that worked
I wasn't in it, but I was making the whatever. Everybody.
I had a bloke. He helped me with my merchandising, and he was a Kiwi, and he was like, I was an orc. So I was like, that's fucking, you're hired.
There's my brush with fame.
Yeah, exactly.
God, I knew an orc.
What else is going on? Like, you just act all the time, basically.
Not now. I'm doing what's called You're
prolific.
I'm prolific, yes. In Aussie speak, I'd be. I'm doing shit acting now.
Yeah.
In my conversations with you.
What do you like doing?
What do you reckon I
acting?
should do next? Oh, okay. What do I love besides acting? I love the footy, the AFL.
Who do you support?
Swans. I've been a Swans ambassador for a long time.
Oh, the Brisbane Lions, man!
It's funny how quick you can go off people, isn't it?
We just hit a wall. We just hit a. This date was going well.
Danaher, the final stamp on the day.
It's a good grand final.
Well, what are you doing over here? What are you doing over here? We're not in Brisbane, we're in bloody Perth.
My family lived in Cairns for a year.
That's about as far from Brisbane as we are now.
Yeah, I know, but all we got were the fucking Brisbane Bears games, and Roger Merritt took a specky mark.
Through the days of the Brisbane Bears, one man stood above all others as the face of the club, Roger Merritt, a fearless and inspirational leader.
So I was like an impressionable age. I was like, that's my team.
Oh, that's your team, the Bears.
Man.
Oh, God.
And then I stuck with them through the merger.
All right, did you go to the Granny?
Last year? Yeah. I was
did
there.
I.
Did you? Yeah.
So did I.
Different experiences.
Very different experience. And I went, Do you know I've been to three Grannies?
Yeah.
All losing.
Fuck.
So I'm
the last one the Swans got was 05, 06 against... Was it against the Eagles?
Yes.
That's satisfying being in Perth and you
Well, it is now, but I wasn't at that grand final, so it's not that satisfying.
Right. I'm trying to look for positives.
Yeah, it's only upside, yeah. No, I think the Swans are banning me from going to the grand final from now on. 3.
Yeah. No, let's get Fazza back. No,
don't.
We don't more bloody...
Sold out.
We don't want Johnny Spit. We don't want Fazza.
Yeah,
we don't want...
None of them. Yeah, Dilios, no, don't. He's not coming. He's
not coming to the footy. He curses us.
That's right.
In every grand final, we get very loyal about our Australian football teams.
We do. So what do you feel when you go to Melbourne? Do you go and visit Fitzroy?
I did actually, because they had the merch shop set up at the Fitzroy Town Hall. So I had all the cliches.
It feels like there's a connection there in Fitzroy?
No, because I lived in Perth and Cairns. Fucking set me up for that.
Well, all right.
Okay, I took the bait there.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Perth,
Johnny Spit just outwitted me.
Cairns, I'm in Brisbane. Yeah.
No, but it was good. I mean, come on, I went the year before and that was Collingwood and we lost that one.
Yeah.
That was fucked.
That was awful. Yeah, Collingwood winning's always awful.
Yeah. And they gloated.
Yeah.
They do that. Whereas Sydney and Brisbane, it's kind of friendly. No one had any beef.
No, that's right. I did, but anyway.
All right.
Let's move off from football.
But what else do you like outside of acting?
Here we go. I'm going to go sort of arty-farty now. I like art. Yeah, contemporary art. So when I go away anywhere, I just go and wander into art galleries and just look at pictures on walls, and I like it. I enjoy it. And
nice.
It's it just makes me just time alone looking at things. Yeah. Gardens as well.
Oh yeah. Well, how old are you, Davo?
Yeah.
Right. So you're at the gardening age.
Gardening age. Well, that's true. Yeah. Well, I did have it when I was younger. Actually, I've got to admit. My mum used to garden, and I just she had nothing. It was like the garden was like about as big as that fridge. But I gave her a lot of happiness, and I just loved listening to her talking about, the changing of the season, the flowers coming, and look at this spider coming here and whatever. I enjoyed it.
That's wholesome as fuck.
Thanks.
Because I'm waiting. I'm like,
what do you want? Oh, do you want me to say no? I'm into death metal and.
No, you don't have to. Gardening is that's fucking good. Metal. Yeah, that's metal.
Yeah.
No,
I'm just pretty hard. I do some hardcore gardening. I get into succulents and cacti. That's hardcore.
Cacti can do some damage.
You bet. Yeah.
Because me personally, I'm being stubborn in that I'm saving that.
Oh, for when you do get a little bit older.
I'm saving it, like plus 60. I'll care about gardening. For me, that's the threshold. So I'm 39.
Yeah, right.
I'm an aging millennial. So
okay, so what are your interests now?
I don't know. YouTube. I've been doing YouTube 11 years.
I did it.
You become your career, don't you? That's a hard thing.
Do you reckon?
I don't know. Because trying to get away from it. Yeah, like the environment you work in is like what you become. So trying to have things outside of that you do. I got a 6-year-old.
All right.
Fortnite. There you go.
Yeah, right.
Minecraft.
Oh, wow.
That's a big part of my life. Roblox.
Right.
Those are all...
Yeah, all right.
I'm deep into that zone because he's into that.
Okay, fair enough.
So whatever your kids are interested in as a parent.
I think it went... You sure wasn't the other way around?
Oh, maybe. Yeah. I got you. That's like my misso would say that. Yeah, she's like, you were the gateway to games.
She was spot on.
You're right. You bloody missoed me. I've been cycling. Maybe I'm at that age because I'm almost 40.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
That's worse than gardening.
Yeah.
You don't put on the old one-piece onesie, do you?
No, I haven't gone full lycra yet. Because if my subscribers find out that, they take the piss out of me ruthlessly.
Completely. So you don't do that. You don't turn up at the coffee shop 6 o'clock in the morning in your onesie.
Not yet, but I'm 39. Give me another year.
All right.
I might, because I looked at the lycra. Like I flicked through the section where I'm like, I'd look all right in that.
Did you try one on? Go on. Did you?
No comment. No.
How'd it feel?
Not yet.
It's good.
Not yet. It's a mountain bike. It's not even a road bike.
You cut this bit out. It was good, wasn't it?
Yeah.
There you go.
He got me. I'm just trying to lose dad bod a bit, and I sold my Tesla because I was vocal about that. I was like,
well, you sold it because of Elon?
Because of the whole,
That's it. Yeah, right.
Whole neo-Nazis.
Yeah.
I was a bit... I cracked the shit.
Did you really
Yeah, I offloaded it. I'm serious. I'm dead serious.
I have a Tesla.
The project did an interview with me.
Yeah, right. I have a Tesla, and I think I need to.
Have you been conflicted?
I want to. Okay, here we go. What have you done? You're giving that the bump. Have you got another electric vehicle?
I've gone hybrid.
Okay.
Yeah, I've gone hybrid. Because obviously Tesla, it won a lot of people over the sustainability messaging and no tailpipe emissions and things like that. So it stitched us up as customers. But then in the last year, I've been like, fuck, Elon's going deep, isn't he? This is getting a bit out of control.
I'm with you.
Yeah, and then I was like, I think it was a Nazi salute. Everyone's got their opinion, that's fine. But I was like...
how many people are going, no, the Nazi salute's all right? Everyone's got their opinion.
They do. Everyone's got their truth these days, right?
That's right, their own truth.
It's their post-truth era.
Yeah. So here's Elon's Nazi suit.
But how does it feel for you driving it? Just like, do you feel okay in it? Or
not as a... it feels a bit... Yeah, I did want to find one of those bumper stickers.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I thought about that, but after I sold it, I offloaded the asset, and then I thought the bumper sticker's probably a smarter idea because they're pretty expensive.
Or get one of the personalised number plate with, I don't know, FK Musk or something. I don't know.
Yeah. It's a dilemma, but it takes time as well. It's a hard asset to sell because it costs a lot. It's not like I'm just ending my net script.
How did you go offloading it though?
Dino, the used car salesman, bought it for 30 grand, so that was all right.
Yeah, right. He likes the Nazi salute.
He does. No, he doesn't. It's a good car.
That's right.
That's the conflict. You're like, it's fun to drive still.
Yeah.
But I don't feel good in it anymore. It's funny that cars weave their way into your identity a bit. But anyway, you do you with the Tesla. No,
you do you.
I'm not going to bully you. I'm not going to be like, you should sell it.
Yeah, but you should. I should. Yeah. Don't bother, but you're a dickhead holding on to it. All right, here we go. Where have I been? Okay, well, maybe just the last week. I've been in 5 days. I've been in Melbourne, then I went to Ballarat, then back to Melbourne, then went to Bendigo, then back to Melbourne, then I went to Melbourne to Hobart, back to Melbourne, then I went to Melbourne to Adelaide, Adelaide to Perth. I think all of that in the last 5 days.
What do you like doing more, TV or movies?
In terms of making it, it's the same, because it's the same creative process. You stand in front of, you do your stuff in front of cameras. You're not thinking about whether it's going to be seen on the screen this big or this big. Pretty much the same.
Do you find it's better doing TV to flesh out a character for longer? Because I watched Fake recently as well.
Oh, yeah?
And you kept me guessing.
Did you?
Yeah. My misso was like, I can't trust him immediately, right?
I have a disgusting amount of money. You see yourself living here?
But I was like,
give him a chance. Give him a chance.
Yeah, he could be all right. He could be filthy rich, like he says at the end of one of the episodes. I'm like, he might not be bloody trying to pull the wool over our eyes.
It's amazing, actually, after that series aired, how many women came up to me, and a lot of them said, we used to like you, we don't anymore. But then they'd say exactly the same thing happened to them. Like so many women.
Right, just a bloke presenting himself turns out not to be who he is.
Yeah, it's completely fake. Yeah. I'd love to do something, not necessarily like Fake again, but the opportunity, to explore a character over a longer period of time. And it's great.
Have you ever auditioned for something that you wish you got?
Oh, that's an interesting question. I'm sure, many times. What they are, can't remember, because what I do, as soon as after auditions and whatever, you just let it go and just, leave it, because you don't want to be hanging too much onto it, because, there's always going to be disappointment.
Who's been your favourite director to work with?
Oh, that's a tricky one. There's been a lot, there's been a number. Okay, we'll go through a few of them for different reasons. There's been a number of directors I worked with more than once, which is great, because you form a relationship with them. Baz Luhrmann, I think I've worked with, 4 times. And I love working with Baz.
You're in Elvis, you're in
Moulin Rouge, Australia, and I've workshopped Romeo and Juliet with him.
Yeah, nice. Yeah. He's got a very unique It's a style that you recognise,
yeah.
and you don't always get that with directors these days, where you instantly see the style and you go, "That's that person."
Which is incredible to have a stamp like that. Whether some people don't like that style, but a lot of people do. But at least, that's a Baz Luhrmann film.
It's kind of the auteur theory thing, the French New Wave, where the director's the author of the film. But he's still very collaborative, isn't he?
He is. He operates under the ethos of best idea wins. We Moulin Rouge, before it was shot, whatever, we workshopped that as like a little musical in his house in Sydney at Iona. And then we put on a little performance in his house of Moulin Rouge for the studio executives and whatever. And he brought staff in as well and whatever, and said, if somebody, the cleaner comes in and has an idea about the script or whatever, he will listen. He'll always listen. Best idea wins.
Yeah,
pretty cool.
That's cool. Elvis was great. Yeah, I saw that at the cinema.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Jane Campion, New Zealand director.
Top of the Lake. Top of the Lake. Yeah.
Yeah, fantastic. Garth Davies, who also was on Top of the Lake, who did Lion. Fantastic. So many.
My favourite Aussie director, I think, is Rolf de Heer.
Oh, wow. Okay, yeah.
Bad Boy Bubby.
Yeah.
10 Canoes.
Yep. And a really interesting film of his, and not all people have seen it. It was the only film that Miles Davis was in. Dingo, it's called. Colin Firth and Dingo.
Yeah.
And the opening of that film, I think, is one of the coolest openings of any film.
Yeah.
Where, this plane lands in the middle of nowhere in the desert, and then the door opens, and out steps Miles Davis, the coolest guy on the planet at that stage, just comes down off the plane into the desert. Amazing. With his trumpet.
I've been to a lot of interesting places, but I don't think I've ever had the pleasure of visiting Puna Flat.
He's very good with themes.
Yeah.
So I thought, because I think a lot of Aussie films try to whack in a whole bunch of themes.
Yeah.
And it's like, why don't you just explore one
thing? Yeah.
And I thought he was always really good at that. He'd be like, this is the theme that we're exploring. Like movies like Dance Me to My Song and Alexandra's Project as well. I think he did that.
Yeah, he did.
And Gary Sweet,
who's
in Spit
and
Gettin Square.
He is, yeah.
All right.
You're good.
I'm good. I worked in video stores for 8 years. So
right.
I've watched everything.
What are your favourite Australian films?
My favourite Aussie films, Two Hands is up there.
Yep. Okay, you like your crime.
And I think it coincides with Gettin Square, because we had that little streak with kind of crime that was comedic. You had Two Hands, Chopper, which was darkly comedic, and Gettin Square. So Two Hands is probably my favourite. And I guess I get biased as well, Heath Ledger being a Perth boy, and I'm like,
yeah, fair enough.
It hits me deep.
Yeah.
But yeah, Rolf de Heer as well, and Bad Boy Bubby and things like that. It's fucked up. It's incredibly fucked up.
Oh yeah.
But yeah,
so claustrophobic.
I'm going to think of more later. It's always a hard question to ask someone.
Steve Martin refers to those things as icebox moments, or we'd call them the refrigerator moments, whereby you're trying to think of it, but it's not until you get home at about 2 o'clock in the morning, you go to open the fridge to get something and, oh, that's right, that's what it was. Yeah, well, you know your film shit. You actually do know your film shit.
I do. I'm a little surprise packet. That's the thing. Don't write off a bogan geek. Like we know some shit, Fazza.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
Good on you, Ozzy.
All right. Cheers, mate. Thanks so much for coming in. I appreciate it.
No, pleasure. Down the hatch. Neither of us burped then either.
Neither of us burped. I suppressed some burps sometimes. Yeah.